crumb.
I think you're allowed to say that sentence. That's the.
Welcome everyone to Haven of Horror. As always, I'm Subject. I have Robert, the Elf, Wild, Hayden, the Midwestern Man.
That is my costume.
Yeah,
Excellent cosplay.
yeah, and Noah, the Leprechaun.
Oh, you're after me, pot of gold.
In my defense, it's 20 degrees outside.
It's
And
surprisingly warm for me. For winter.
it is. It's been like negative here at night.
I wish it was
It's
cold.
22 degrees right now.
The perfect weather for this Christmas movie.
It's true.
And it is. We'll talk about it when we start the movie. But this is a Christmas movie. I don't know if there's a debate on that, but
I don't know.
I'll firmly take the stance that it is.
Tyler says this is a top 5 movie of the year. This came out last year, sir. Just because you get movies 6 months later doesn't count.
I didn't see it until January of this year, but it is last year.
Yeah, I think I was the same. Technically, we did last year when we did our top 5 best of and worst of the year. My number 1 was Longlegs, but I'll just say
you
right
had the
now,
most fraudulent list.
Well, had I seen this movie before that, this would have been my number 1.
I mean, that still would have been fraudulent, but I can respect that more.
Okay. Yeah, this Longlegs and The Substance, I think, were my top 3.
Yeah, The Substance is the correct choice.
I like this more than The Substance, but
no.
Me too.
But anyway, rewatch this more than The Substance.
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably watch The Substance more, but I need to go back to that again. But if you haven't been, hang on. If you haven't been able to tell from the thumbnail, the video the background picture, which it is surprisingly hard to find HD photos to use for thumbnails and backgrounds of this movie. But we are doing Nosferatu, and I got the slipcover. Yay!
I did too. It's just beat to shit.
Well, that's because you suck, but. What were you gonna say about The Substance?
Nah, we're not talking about that movie. It's fun.
Never mind. We'll do a commentary on that sometime.
Yeah, when
we should
do that. I'll say my thoughts.
All right. I'm excited. I haven't seen this in a minute. I do like this a lot.
I haven't seen it since theaters.
It might be my favorite vampire movie. Although, Robert, I don't know about you. Next year, I don't want to do any vampires, any Frankenstein. I'm lying about the vampires though, because you are going to watch Buffy next year. Damn it.
Well, this is turning into a Buffy channel next year. That's
we're Hayden and I are doing a hostile takeover.
Are you not excited for Luc Besson's Dracula coming out next year?
I didn't know that was coming out until today. And I was on TikTok and I heard Christoph Waltz talking about Dracula. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then it's a French movie that's coming out.
Okay, yet another Dracula adaptation. Sure. I'm here for it, I guess.
I wish Christoph Waltz was Dracula, but he's not.
Oh, I haven't watched the trailer yet. I just know it's coming out.
I think he's Van Helsing.
I was gonna say he's probably Van Helsing, but he's not.
That's
Dracula.
good casting.
We are doing Tyler. We are doing the theatrical cut because Noah refuses to upgrade.
Well, I'm glad because if we were doing the extended, I'd have to move my setup into the living room so I could watch my 4K.
Oh.
This is a recurring pattern with Hayden where it's like, well, I could totally do this thing, but it'll take work. I have to move something.
I respect the laziness.
This backdrop is way more interesting than my couch, so
that's true.
Yeah, but I have the most interesting backdrop.
I mean, that's true.
You're the nostalgia critic.
I'm the nostalgia critic.
The critic.
Yeah, the critic.
I'm the critic.
I'm trying to get past all the piracy is not a victimless crime bullshit.
No, piracy's fun. I pirate stuff all the time.
Arr.
Although one of my like main franchises you can't really watch legally in the U.S., so I have to pirate it.
Maybe don't say that on stream.
That's fine.
Anyway,
the FBI is gonna take us down right now.
Anyway, this is the theatrical cut of Nosferatu. Is everybody at timestamp 0?
I'm ready.
Yep.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, play.
The delay kind of fucked me up a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I got scared for a second.
I'm like, no.
Did you say play?
You missed it. No.
I forgot they did the like classic style Universal logo. Although it's strange with focus features because that wasn't a company back then. But whatever.
Oh, that's fine. All right.
I'm gonna nitpick all of this.
I don't like his mustache.
I recently.
We'll get to that.
I recently watched The Holdovers in that movie's set in the early 70s, but that has some studios that didn't exist back then, so they had to invent like retro-looking early 70s logos for them, and it's cool.
Is that Paul Giamatti movie?
Yes.
I love that movie.
It's great. And I believe this is the first thing I actually see Lily Rose Depp in, and I think she's wonderful in this movie.
She's insane in this movie. The places that she'll go to later.
And her casting was met with a lot of resistance because originally I think Eggers wanted Anya Taylor-Joy in this role, and she had to drop out because of scheduling conflicts or something. And while I think she'd obviously be amazing, that feels like that version of this character would have had such a different vibe.
I don't know if I agree. I think Anya Taylor-Joy could have killed this role exactly as it's written in this movie.
Yeah. I don't know. There's an innocence to this character that I don't associate with Anya, but like.
Have you seen The Witch?
Sure, but that was a long time ago, and that's a very different character. But I get it.
So I like Lily Rose Depp in this movie. This might be blasphemy. I think I might have preferred it with Anya.
Yeah, I think she's good in this movie. I think this movie is better if it's Anya Taylor-Joy.
I don't have that just because
I don't
think
know.
That's a different performance.
I don't see her doing some of the stuff that Depp does later in this movie.
And the first time I saw this, I didn't know how to feel about that stuff. I like the way like what she does with her body and everything. I didn't know how to feel about it the first time I saw it.
Tyler,
uncomfortable.
Tyler says, "Who do you think gives the best performance?" Oh, I think it's Nosferatu himself. Skarsgård disappears into that role.
He does. I forget it's him, but Nicholas Hoult is amazing in this.
He is, but Willem Dafoe is also really good. The problem with Dafoe and Holt is I can still just see them just playing that character. I had to be told it was Skarsgård. And Slasher Fed says this movie feels very similar to the original. I mean, it's a remake.
It's a very loving homage.
This would make a good double feature with King Kong.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that on my rewatch since we recently covered King Kong, where it's like, oh, this feels very. I think we brought it up there because these are both movies that really informed these directors when they were children, that made them want to make movies. You know, long-time passion projects, and very similar to King Kong. It's Nosferatu, but just more excessive, just bigger. You know, it's a lot longer. There's just more in it, and I think it's fantastic.
And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, I prefer this version.
Tyler was talking about best performances. My I don't know about best, but like the one that surprised me the most was Aaron Taylor Johnson. I loved him in this movie.
He's fantastic.
He's good, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
because
a
for
little distracted when he showed up just because I was thinking about Craven.
He's probably my
But
favorite character in this, but performance, it's probably Skarsgård.
and we were just talking about comparing this to Jackson's King Kong, but the movie that I would pair this with most is Del Toro's Frankenstein, which came out this year.
Which
I
I
think
haven't
that
seen yet.
those two.
I haven't seen that yet.
see,
I think it's a similar thing of a long time passion project, a remake of a movie that a director loves or had loved since childhood. Like, there's a lot of similarities there to the
I can
comparison.
I can see that, and some of this is going to be semantics, but I think it's different there, where he's not adapting a movie he grew up with; he's adapting a book, and it's not
Sure.
remaking any of the previous adaptations. This is remaking a very specific thing,
Yeah,
and expanding on it.
but it is also in a lot of ways too. Like, it is specifically a remake of the silent film Nosferatu, but it is
It's
um,
it's an
it's
adaptation of
it
Dracula.
is, yeah, and
But
it not just of the book, but I feel like it's kind of the ultimate Dracula movie in a way, just because it feels like a summation of like all of the Dracula, the versions of Dracula we've seen, and the iconography of Nosferatu and
you're not
those
you're
movies.
not wrong, but I would still argue on principle it is more of a Nosferatu remake than a Dracula adaptation. I know, and like I said, that is semantics, but I can compare this more to King Kong than I can like Frankenstein in my head.
I just, I think it's easy for me to put those two together because monsters, They're the
Well,
Are
and
you
monsters.
saying King Kong's not a monster?
he's not.
Not one of the
Oh,
Universal monsters.
He's a monkey.
He's monkey.
monkey.
Yeah, he's
I mean, the
he's
Universal
one guy.
monsters would be better if there was a monkey.
There technically is.
Oh,
So
Monkey.
already, and we talked over a little bit with the opening scene, but already I love the mood and the more horror-y atmosphere of this movie because while I really like the Coppola version, I think we talked about this a little bit before we went live. I really like that movie, but as a Dracula movie, I prefer this kind of vibe.
Mhm.
That the '90s Dracula movie just is not that scary to me, and I think it humanizes Dracula a little too much for my taste.
and I don't
This
like
I,
is
that movie, so this was a like welcome.
yeah, I like Count Orlok Dracula, whatever, as more just a terrifying force of nature, which is what he is in this.
Well, and in some ways, this is kind of the antithesis. Yeah, the opposite. Yes, thank you. Words. To that movie, where this is also a love story, but it's a horrifying one. And part of me wonders if Eggers has looked at the last like 20 years of vampire movies, where they're tortured souls that want redemption and fall in love with a high schooler, and went, I'm gonna just like do the opposite of that. And this thing wants this human girl, but like it's horrifying, and you're not supposed to root for them to be together. Uh, yeah,
Well, both films are tragedies and have romance central to the story, just with very different approaches. I think they complement each other very well. I've talked about this a lot, but it's like both the Coppola film and this are very theatrical, but this is going for more of a stage play vibe. Coppola's film is more operatic and campy and while they're both like big budget, big sets, costumes, all that stuff, Coppola's film is very extravagant and, you know, not concerned with historical accuracy. Eggers is the complete opposite, where he cares so much about historical
Yeah,
accuracy and attention to detail. So
that's his whole thing.
I think they just complement each other
Yeah,
very well. And I love that just a year after this film, we get Del Toro's Frankenstein, like you talked about earlier, Noah. And that film has more of a Coppola approach, where it's very extravagant and not
yeah.
concerned with historical accuracy. It's very imaginative and big and has these crazy designs and
Mhm.
costumes and stuff. So I think it's cool that we got like the flip of that with Del Toro's approach to Frankenstein this year and Eggers.
Well, and I think
Dracula / Nosferatu.
I think Del Toro's approach works better with Frankenstein, which is pseudoscience, versus this, which should be gothic horror. Although I will say I like Eggers a lot. He's my second favorite modern horror director. I would love to see him step out of his comfort zone at this point. Do something besides just historical horror.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really interesting to see him do a movie that's not a period piece.
He's never going to do that.
No.
That's the thing, that's a lot of why I love him, is that's so much of his identity.
I think he likes period pieces too much to do that.
But that's what I'm saying, is like, step out. I'd like to see him step out and do something, different.
I would not call The Northman a horror movie, though.
No, that's more of an epic, like, adventure tragedy.
No, but that's also his weakest movie, in my opinion.
I agree.
But after this movie, one of the first things I said watching this was like, oh my god, I'd love if he adapted A Christmas Carol, just because he nails this time period, and I love the look of this film. And then just a few months later was announced he's gonna adapt A Christmas Carol. So
well, at least there's one person in the audience for that.
Okay.
2 people?
No, I didn't. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm glad that that's for somebody. Because I was like, I don't know.
He just sounded real backhanded.
Yeah, you're like, no, I don't.
Whatever, Jesus.
But to your point, John, the next movie is coming out next year is Werewolf, which is also historical horror. But what's exciting about that is that's not a direct remake of anything. That's not an adaptation of anything. That is an original werewolf story, and I'm very excited to see what.
Well, and that's a subgenre that really needs like a kick in the ass.
We don't have a lot of great werewolf movies.
I'd argue we have maybe 2.
2 or 3.
I'm probably forgetting one off the top of my head, but yeah.
You guys could argue with me some other time on this, but I'd argue we have one truly great one, and then a few good ones.
Yeah.
What's the great one?
Oh, American Werewolf in London. That is the werewolf movie.
What about Wolfman?
I love the original Wolfman.
That's all right.
I don't like any of the Wolfman movies.
But back to this movie.
But yeah.
No, I think this central romance is handled well. On my first viewing, I wish we had a bit more just downtime and like more lighthearted scenes before the horror kicks in. But we get everything we need. We set up Aaron Taylor Johnson's character really well, and just this family dynamic.
And real quick, because I forgot to read this, but Tyler mentioned that Eggers going to start directing a local play of Nosferatu. I didn't, but that doesn't surprise me.
That's one of the things that like really spurred his passion for directing, and his approach to it was on stage. Like, he had the props and the backgrounds and even the actors in makeup all made up to look black and white, was what I read.
Yeah.
So like watching this stage play and it looks black and white. So like just immediately kicking in this interesting attention to detail and a very specific vision. And then I think after The Witch comes out, like, this was originally supposed to be his follow-up film, and then it fell through for whatever reason. And I'm really happy with the way history played out, because I'm sure what we got is probably better than it would have been, even though The Lighthouse is amazing.
Yeah, I think this was supposed to follow up The Lighthouse as well at one point, and then
probably
no, this kept like resurfacing. Now, selfishly, I wish we'd gotten this just instead of The Northman, because I don't like that movie, but you know, for those that like it, I'm glad you guys got that.
That movie? It's just his
good movie,
I think.
And this is interesting too, because this is his first adaptation. As far as I'm aware,
no, The Northman is
of what?
Of Amleth, which
a
is
legend.
Okay.
Which is the inspiration for Hamlet.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about that, so thank you for.
It's a Norse myth.
Yeah.
That would be
Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's true.
It would be a fascinating video to just explore the werewolf genre and find out why do people struggle so much to make that specific monster come to life on the screen.
Yeah,
I think a factor in that is that there's not like a strong foundation in any book. You know, it's just a movie we keep riffing on, usually poorly, in my opinion.
Which is funny because that movie, like a lot of the modern werewolf lore, as far as I remember, is not really in there, right? It's just the full moon that's in that. Like they don't do they do the silver? I don't know that movie super well.
Is in there.
Yeah, the original Universal Wolfman movie invents a lot of what we think of as werewolf lore.
Yeah.
So we're usually just copying that.
Okay, so I will say I think there are 3 great werewolf movies. Okay, but one of but American
top 5.
Yeah.
This is serious.
American Werewolf in London is the best one, but I really like Ginger Snaps. And I think I made you watch that.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I still need to see that
one.
And I haven't seen the sequels, so
one of the big themes of the movie, which is sexual repression, and I think this is kind of like a movie like Hellraiser in a way, where like sexuality is a big part of it, but it's not a sexy movie. It's a very gross with its sexuality.
Well, and that's something that I think kind of bumps this up over the originals. The original's just trying to do like Dracula but at home. This has an idea for that and expands on it, stuff that we just couldn't do in what year is that? 22?
Yeah, and there are sexual undertones to that movie. Obviously, it's just limited with what they could do for the time.
I know, but I'm saying that they're just doing stuff that they couldn't do at the time.
Sure, but like there's still an implied sexuality going on. And again,
well, yeah, it's a Dracula adaptation.
We haven't talked about the cinematography yet. I love how like center frame this movie is.
Yes,
it's
like a Wes Anderson movie.
What really?
Oh, like better?
Yeah,
only better than most of his new ones. Yeah.
What really draws me into this movie is just not the framing, but the actual look of it. I think the colorization and the tones that he picks are perfect.
Yeah, it's a very well, and the colors of this movie are very deliberate because you have both these daytime scenes and the nighttime scenes with the moonlight, where he makes a very blue looking movie, and that's meant to evoke the blue scenes in the original, because the original is actually not a black and white movie. It has color tinting, so there's the blue scenes that represent nighttime, and then like the yellow brown scenes that represent
let me just tell you, it's really hard to look at sometimes.
It's cool and stylized. And then here, when a scene isn't blue looking, it's usually something with fire or candlelight, and those are the very warm golden looking scenes of the movie that we'll point out, and it's really cool.
This is maybe one of the best looking movies I've ever seen.
It's incredible.
I know, it is very good looking. And it does kind of beat that modern movie trope of I can't see what the fuck is happening at night.
Yeah, like there are definitely some dimly lit scenes, but it's at least deliberate, and because I can see something.
When I watched Sinners when I got the 4K thing. Oh, maybe on the 4K, like I'll be able to see a little bit more at night. Nope, there are still scenes where I can't see anything that's happening. You know, of all movies, I would love to see this get the black and white treatment as like an alternate cut.
Yeah,
I want to see what that looks like.
That'd be cool.
I was a little surprised this wasn't in black and white, just because The Lighthouse was, and I figured that might have been his approach.
I don't know. I mean, that would have been cool, but this movie does color well enough that I.
Well, but that's why I say just an alternate cut, not the actual movie. Like Logan.
Yeah.
This is more deserving than Zack Snyder's Justice League for something like that.
No. Don't say that. Why say that?
I mean, it's true.
Justice is gray.
No, the Justice is gray thing is the dumbest thing.
Yeah, give us Nosferatu. Vampires are gray. Well, I don't know.
It's true.
Nos for grays.
Nos for gray too.
Gray for
Tyler says he thinks the problem is the werewolf's a one-trick pony. It's only the duality of man, but no one has expanded on the original idea. But I don't agree, because that's not like, there's so much more subtext in American Werewolf in London than just the duality of man.
That's
I really like this one take.
Yes.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Hayden?
That woman dancing is how Noah dances.
That's
true.
Day.
I'm not gonna break it.
No,
down
you're
now,
gonna do it. You're gonna do it on stream right now.
There'll be a dancing stream later.
Oh, okay. You and Hayden can dance.
Noah wakes up and does that every day.
That's how I. Actually, that song is my alarm. That's how I get up every morning.
One thing that did surprise me about this that is very old Hollywood is I wasn't expecting him to set this in Germany like the original is, but it's, an American production.
Oh,
so
see,
the German characters are speaking English, but then he gets to scenes like this where I'm like, wait, is he supposed to be speaking their Romani's language, or whatever? Just don't think about it.
I assume he's supposed to be speaking German whenever he talks.
yeah. See, I appreciate something like that. Call me lazy. I don't want to have to look at subtitles for the entire 2 hours.
No,
Typical
and I think
American.
Well, I think if this movie's in German, it's not going to have the cast that it has. So
absolutely not. Yeah.
Robert, what we're saying is just go watch the German dub, and you'll be satisfied.
Yeah. Imagine if they did like something like the Werner Herzog movie where they filmed a German version, like a cut.
But then you'd make that, if this was anything like that, then it'd be bad.
Yeah, all right.
No, that's good.
Well,
no, that movie sucks.
I haven't seen it, and I don't really want to. So
you're not missing much.
I disagree.
No. I've seen exactly one Werner Herzog movie.
What's that?
It's a documentary, but I don't remember the title.
Is it the one about making Nosferatu?
No, it's the one about
Is it Grizzly Man?
No, it's the Arctic one.
Oh, okay.
I want to watch Grizzly Man. That's on my list, but
I'm just really impressed with the cinematography here, where it's like lit by candles and stuff, but I can see.
You can still see.
Yes, and it's scenes like this that are very evocative of that yellow color tinting from the original. And it's really cool how he makes that part of the narrative.
There's all four of us have beards. Who are you talking to? Adam, one's mine.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, you bearded weirdo." I don't.
She's talking to me. I'm just being annoying.
I think that's all four of us.
Yeah.
I'm not weird.
You're the weirdest of us all. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. No.
No.
No. I'm normal.
Yeah.
I'm normal.
I'm not me normal.
I have watched the extended cut of this once, but I can't remember what's the difference. Does anybody know?
It's only a few minutes longer.
I was kind of disappointed at that. I was expecting kind of a longer cut if you were going to do that. Yeah, really? What? You ain't making no damn sense.
This scene's an interesting addition and twist on the source material with how we handle the Romani people here, because here they're hunting a vampire and are going to kill him, whereas in the book, at least some of them are working for Dracula. I think they're like his servants at the end, trying to help him get back. And yeah, here it's like they kill this vampire and they're like, that's enough, we could go. We're not gonna fuck with the one in the castle. That's their problem.
Well, that guy's too powerful. He's too scary.
Tyler says that he loves the complementary colors in this movie. Bright orange candles. Contrast so well with the dark blue, almost black and white backgrounds. And he's only ever seen the extended cut. What? That's just what they shipped off to Australia for theaters?
In theaters?
Okay.
Okay.
I just love the idea that Australia is like just the last. Well, we got this extended cut. Just ship that off.
I'm surprised the Australian cut's not like 8 minutes long because they censor everything over there.
Well, he did have a different cut of Jaws somehow. Remember that, where his movie was shorter than ours?
Yeah, that was weird. Nicholas Holt's really good in this movie, guys.
Yeah, he is.
He's been having a pretty good few years between, being Lex and this and a few other things. The Menu. I tend to like him in pretty much everything I've seen him in. I don't think I've seen a bad performance from him.
No, I don't think I have.
And this character, whether you call him Jonathan or Thomas in this case, I could now say, like, he is my favorite portrayal of that character specifically. I think he's awesome in this movie.
This shot is...
It's not hard to beat Keanu in that regard. As much as I love Keanu and other things.
The character... My favorite Dracula character is maybe Quincy Morris, and I'm very upset that he's in nothing.
He's great in the Coppola one. I love Quincy in that.
I need more Quincy Morris. There should be an American redneck in this movie.
So, Robert, is this where you start ranting about shooting on location versus CGI sets?
Well, I believe this shot's mostly CGI, but it looks great.
CGI can be used well.
This is one of the great films that knows how to blend the practical sets and real locations with the CGI backgrounds. It all looks very consistent and dreamlike, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, not specifically this, but I wonder if we're gonna get into a bit of the I have to bring this up because I love this movie, John, so I'm sorry, but the Batman Returns influence, because he did cite that as an influence on some of the look of this movie, and I can kind of see it a bit here, just with
I can definitely see it.
And I think he said specifically, and I think it was subconscious, it wasn't even on purpose, but like the way Wayne Manor looks in that movie is very similar to some of the buildings later in this, so that's pretty cool.
No, there's nothing wrong with how that movie looks. Like, people, I don't mind people taking a look at that movie. It's everything else about that movie that's awful.
But the point is that movie's influenced a lot of people, including
here. Even our favorite creators can have bad taste.
My biggest disappointment with this movie is that we didn't get Bill Skarsgård Orlok in disguise driving the carriage like usually is.
Which is in the original Nosferatu, and it's adorable. He has like...
But back to Nicholas Hoult for a minute. Tyler mentions he was in 2 vampire movies in like 24 months, which is an 2 years. Just say 2 years. Yes, and I personally enjoyed Renfield. I don't know if you guys saw that movie, but I thought it was fun.
It was all right.
I did. It was it was whatever. Like,
see, I liked it. I mean, it didn't blow my mind or anything, but I had a good time watching it.
I don't like Awkwafina in kind of anything, so I was like put off that she was such a big part of it.
Yeah, and she's okay in that movie, but that movie's largely forgettable for me. But
except for Cage's Dracula, because that's incredible.
It's got a great Cage performance.
No, that's funny that, like you said shortly before this, Nicholas Hoult was Renfield in that. And another fun fact being that Willem Dafoe played Max Schreck / the vampire in Shadow of the Vampire, yeah. Which is a fictionalized movie that's like about the making of the original Nosferatu. So,
although
it's really cool.
One other another like fun fact thing. So in the Universal Dracula movie, they kind of combine Renfield and Jonathan Harker.
Yes.
And in Renfield, they do the same thing. So he's played Jonathan Harker twice.
Yeah,
true.
That is true. And I believe
the opening scene of Renfield is him going to the castle in black and white, and it looks like
that's right. I forgot about that.
Well, because
they actually repurposed.
Yeah, because that movie is supposed to be like a direct sequel, I think, to the Universal Dracula. But what I was gonna say about Holt is I think the only time I've ever seen him give a bad performance wasn't his fault. It was just those last two X-Men movies. I don't think anybody is good in those.
I mean, he's trying.
Yeah, he's trying.
I can't speak about Dark Phoenix. I haven't seen it, but
Jennifer Lawrence is real bad in that.
It's the most nothing movie of all time.
So, but here we have, the titular Nosferatu,
and he has so much presence in this movie.
Yes. I just want to say real quick, and I believe Redfield's like the only Universal produced Dracula movie since Dracula Untold, both of which flopped at the box office. They did distribute Last Voyage of the Demeter, which also flopped, and then they distributed this. But this was a hit, so good for them.
I liked Last Voyage more than most people seem to.
I thought it was all right.
I thought it was pretty good. Fun. It's not my favorite take on Dracula. I don't like when he's just an animal, but
it was alien on a boat.
Yeah.
Well, to tie it back to this movie, some people were, of course, disappointed with how Bill Skarsgård's Count Orlok looks in this version. And for me, I think it helped that we just had Last Voyage of the Demeter, which is a very Nosferatu monster-looking vampire, and I appreciated the look they went for in this version. And I think he looks great in this movie. I love the mustache.
It took me a minute, but by the end of the movie, I was won over on it.
So when I first saw this, and I can't remember because I think this was around when Sonic 3 was coming out. I don't remember if there was a trailer right before this movie of Sonic, or I was just talking with my friend about it. But I was thinking about Jim Carrey's Eggman on the day that I saw this.
Oh
and
no!
Then he shows up, and I'm like, well. So it took me a second to get used to how Skarsgård looks in this movie, but I love it now.
Eggman has ruined mustaches for Noah forever.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just the mustache too. It's like his facial shape. He kind of looks like Jim Carrey a bit. I don't know.
And this is Bill Skarsgård, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I always think it's Alexander Skarsgård, and then I have to remind myself, no, it's Bill.
No, that's the Northman.
That was the Northman.
Yeah,
it's true.
There's too many Skarsgårds.
There is.
He's gonna work with Stellan in the next one.
No, but that is something that's really impressive with Bill as an actor. Is just he's able to disappear in so many roles. I don't love his Pennywise, but I can always at least say he's giving a great performance in this.
Apparently, he's really good in the show, but I haven't.
I need to catch up on that. I might do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam Arch, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing? And of course, a lot of people want him to play the Joker, and I'm like, he's already played an evil clown. Let him do something a little different, but he'd be great.
Yeah. I mean,
why not?
I think I'm with you on that, but he would be a great Joker.
If Eggers can make this nothing but historical period pieces, then Skarsgård can play another evil clown. Damn it!
Although Eggers should make Batman, but
he should.
He should.
I also love how they shoot Count Orlok here, where he's completely encased in shadow. He's just a silhouette.
Although there's something really funny about how over the top his voice is, even though he does have that presence. I look forward to retiring.
That was the other thing that threw me off at first. I was like, his voice is kind of silly, but I like it. I think he's got a lot of presence.
I appreciate that they play it straight.
I need to read Dracula. I started it and didn't finish it, and I need to go back and do that.
Correct.
His best line is later in the movie when he says, "No, we are neighbors." It's so good.
Like he rolls his R's every time he says an R in here. So
yeah, and with the appearance, the mustache is cool because Dracula has a mustache in the book, which we usually don't do in adaptations. But also everything about how Eggers approaches the look of this character is just steeped in historical accuracy. He wanted the wardrobe right for the time period. He's wearing high heels, which you can't, see in most of these shots, but like the hat and everything, so it's both steeped in just historical accuracy, and it also serves a narrative purpose, like the hat, where his other approach is like, no, this is a like walking corpse, so he needs to be covered in stuff head to toe to conceal that.
Yeah.
And I really like how the movie kind of progressively kind of chips away at him, and you see more and more of him very overtly at one point throughout this picture.
And I didn't notice it the first time, or I just didn't forgot, but just those close up shots of his eyes are so creepy.
I love them. It's at the very end of the movie where I'm like, I can see Bill Skarsgård the most, and it's mostly the eyes.
Those horrible yellow eyes.
I just had this thought. I don't know how intentional it is, but that strikes me as a throwback to the Bela Lugosi movie, where you get the close-ups of not just of his eyes, but the eyes are like highlighted in those scenes. So
I need him to do the what was it that we were joking about in the Bela Lugosi movie? He does like the same pose or something every shot. Forget now.
Yes.
We talked about it in our commentary for it, but I don't remember what that was now.
And this scene is when I really like tapped into what Lily Rose Depp's doing with this performance that I think threw some people off. Where like she is in a melodrama. Like this isn't supposed to be a like quote unquote realist. Like we're not going for 70s naturalism here. Like it's very stagey. Again, I was like, oh, got it. Like this version of the story. It's a fairy tale and it's a melodrama, which I feel like if you're not prepared for that might throw you off. But it all works out. And I love that hard cut to Thomas just laying on the floor. I wish the camera panned to the side and you saw Count Orlok laying there like, dude, I'm so fucked up. That was a crazy night.
Well, I'm not saying I don't like her in this movie. My thing is, she's kind of the only one doing that.
I feel like everybody's giving a different type of performance. It's just all working together for me.
Yeah,
I feel like Defoe's also pretty big in this.
He's very over the top.
Defoe is doing Defoe. Like I love him in this movie, but that's what he's doing. I think she does stand out just because she is going to go more over the top than anyone else in this movie. I don't think that's inherently bad, but I don't begrudge anyone who says she's the weakest part of this movie either.
I don't know. I don't even know if I'd go that far. When I first saw it, it took me out a little bit because I feel like she's the only one going that big.
Well, and I mean, I could see the argument that she should be going that big because she's getting possessed or whatever the hell's happening there.
And she's supposed to. There's a contrast with how her and her friend talk, like how the other characters look at her is like, yeah, she's kind of a weirdo to everyone else, and that's very deliberate.
But I do still kind of wish we at least got a glimpse of what the other version of this with Anya Taylor-Joy would have looked like.
Yeah, and one change I thought was interesting is how we often adapt Mina and Lucy from the book. Is we typically make Lucy kind of the more expressive, outgoing one, the one who's more free with her sexuality and stuff, and we kind of flip those dynamics with the characters in this, with Ellen being the more free-spirited weird one, and then her friend actually being married and already having kids and being the more conservative one. Like that change I thought was interesting.
Also, because we talked about this earlier, it took me like half the movie to realize Aaron Taylor Johnson was in this.
Yeah, he's great. Because he's, a similar to a couple of characters from the book, but here, like, he's already her husband, he's the father, like that's different. Dr. Seward, like a lot of Dracula adaptations, we make a lot older.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course poor Quincy doesn't make the cut, which is tragic.
Yeah. And I do kind of like, I know we got him in that documentary, but when Willem Dafoe was first cast, I was like, please let him be Orlok. That would be amazing.
Yeah, but he's already kind of done that.
I was going to say, he technically already did it.
Yeah, but that's like a weird mockumentary thing.
It's like a horror comedy.
You think he'll be Scrooge if Eggers does Christmas Carol?
If Eggers isn't a fraud, he will.
That was confirmed. That Defoe's going to be Scrooge.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
That's like all we know about it.
I'm so glad Defoe is just a regular now with Eggers. Mm-hmm. I need Defoe to work with Flanagan one time. I need to hear him deliver a Flanagan monologue.
Yes.
I will die happy.
Yeah.
When I see that.
This guy talks weird.
Defoe could be Carrie.
Oh.
I'd watch that. Yeah. And I think it's interesting, like, what bits are consistent with Count Orlok through all three versions. It's like it's the pale skin, but it's the long fingers and the long fingernails. Like, that's the main thing that carries over to each version.
And long fingernails really gross me out.
It's disgusting.
When I see a person with long fingernails, that like it bothers me.
Take care of your fingernails already.
Okay, wait. So I'm just out of curiosity. Then, does like the fake nails that people wear also bother you, or is it just like natural long? Okay.
But the natural ones
are about natural long hair.
Natural long nails are worse though. Like
yeah. Well, Hayden's just like, they're gonna come at me with those damn things.
They just gross me out. Long fingernails and escalators are my two fears.
Oh my god, it's an escalator with long nails.
How do we use that?
Escalators frighten me. It's time my enemies share my dread.
Long nails frighten me. It's time my enemies share my dread. Wait, does that mean that you hate Lady Deathstrike?
Yeah. Oh god.
No, I don't. Her powers kind of make me uncomfortable.
I like that Count Orlok's just trying to help a bro out. He's like, no, it's not good to travel in poor health. Just relax here. It's fine.
You can stay the night if you need to.
And he has a very specific way of talking where the words sound helpful, but it's not a request, it's a command. It's not, you should stay, it's, you will stay.
We should also talk about the sound design of this movie, and especially with Count Orlok's voice, how much louder it is than all the other voices in the movie.
Correct.
It's so good. So well done.
And I believe this is from the book that Dracula doesn't bite people in the neck, he bites their chest.
Which, that is interesting. I didn't know that. I haven't read the actual book. I read like a junior version of it when I was a kid, but
I have the book and I've read half of it, but I got
I
need to get back to it.
And that's cool that they put that in here. I think the neck is more practical. We have a name I don't recognize in the chat. Welcome in. He says Nosferatu the incel. Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Well,
and you know, he does get laid, kinda.
He does.
Then he dies.
Spoilers.
Poor guy.
True incel.
But I think how we approach his character in like the Nosferatu film specifically is interesting across all three versions. You know, there's always the sexuality factor, but in like the Werner Herzog one, you know, he's like this loner weirdo. He's very
pathetic
creepy
guy.
Yeah, like he's very sad and like the sexual deviant.
So that's the incel version.
Yes,
it is.
And probably the most incel version.
And this film, the take here is like this movie's about a toxic relationship. Like he is an abuser, and he presents himself as this very powerful, angry, both emotional and physically dangerous person. Because also part of the take here is like, no, he is a living corpse and he's mad about it. Like he is angry about his existence and he's like, I just want this fucking chick to suffer with me and she asked for it, damn it. And like the what people were joking about, but that's just accurate, is like, yeah, this is a story about a creepy guy who slid into this chick's DMs and now is coming back to fuck with her, and it's scary and messed up.
Yeah. No, I think this is a good like exploration of that dynamic, and I'm after the Twilight films. I'm so glad that we finally remembered. No, vampires are monsters.
Mm. Yeah, and I think this performance and everything around it is just correct for this take.
Yeah.
That this is not a, as we said earlier, a romantic Dracula adaptation. Like this guy is an abuser.
He's scurry.
He's very scurry.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And I love how he handled the reveal of him here.
Oh God. That's a dead man. A dead Eggman.
Degman.
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 Yeah, I love this choice that he's like, I think this guy's evil. I gotta try to kill him.
I think I'm gonna fucking kill him right now.
I just shot. I'm gonna kill that guy.
I think this is what I should do.
And
I'm gonna pickaxe this corpse. Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
And then everybody laughs in the theater because we saw his wee-wee.
No one left in my theater. I'm pretty sure, from what I remember. But that's unfortunate if that happened elsewhere.
I will say a relief of mine, because one thing I like about this film is how adult and just matter of fact it approaches that stuff. This isn't scared of its subject matter. It's not, well, literally in that case, not trying to hide anything. But my only worry with this was like, okay, I hope there's no like out of place fart jokes, because that's a thing Eggers likes to do, and thankfully it didn't happen.
It's just in the lighthouse.
That's
though.
just in the lighthouse.
It's also in the Northman, and that's where I was like, oh, is this gonna be a regular thing? And then it's not, and I was relieved.
Okay,
but it
I've
works
only
out.
seen the Northman once, and I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It happens once or twice.
No, it works for the tone of the lighthouse, just because that's a dark
comedy.
No, that is a comedy.
I'd say it's a dark comedy. The lighthouse.
Fun to me, lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite shot of the movie, just the shadow coming up on him.
Yes. I love all the shadow stuff. And
shadow.
There is a deleted scene earlier that's not in either cut, that's very brief, where in both cuts you have that scene where they're by the candlelight and he signs the thing and he says, "Count, you still have my locket," and then we like hard cut to Thomas waking up, like to make you think, oh, was that a dream? Like, did that even really happen? Originally, between those two cuts, there was an extra bit with Ellen at the window and the shadow hand like coming up over her face. That's in the trailers, but it's not in either cut of the movie. And I wondered if that was cut entirely just because there's a lot of shots of hand shadow stuff, and this maybe there's one too many. Let me take one of those
too
out.
Many hand shadows.
No, I remember that in the trailer.
Mm-hmm. And this is what I thought as the Breaking Bad shot when Jesse's on heroin.
When Jesse's, good call.
Also, we had one of the jump scares there, and there was a lot of discourse around that. There's a lot of jump scares in this movie. I think most of them are fine.
I think jump scares just have gotten a bad rep because of the Conjuring movies that use them for cheap.
No, I'm not anti-jump scare.
Flanagan uses them, and I think very effectively in his stuff. It's Galactus.
Here's my boy Ralph Ineson, who's a semi-regular of Eggers.
He's in all but... He's in half of his movies.
He's not in the Lighthouse. Yeah.
He's not in the Lighthouse. Is he in the Northman?
I don't
remember.
So he's 2 out of 4 is not bad, and he's gonna be in The Wolf.
Yay!
All Eggers needs to do is make that about Nazi werewolves, and that will be the best movie of all time.
It won't be.
I know.
John, are you still burned by that movie we watched?
Yes, damn it!
Shredder Shuffle.
That is a beautiful premise, and they wasted it.
What movie is that?
There's this movie that we watched that we thought was going to be a werewolf movie, but it was a World War II drama.
What is it?
I think it might be called Wolf or something, but it was on Shudder.
I know there's the She-Wolf of the SS.
Isn't that just a fake trailer?
No,
that's a real movie.
That's Werewolf Women of the SS.
Okay.
Oh, my mistake.
No, because She-Wolf of the SS, a new 4K came out, and Austin DM'd me and was like, buy this. I'm like, no.
You should.
Wait to come back.
Yeah, I was surprised in this version how quickly we get Thomas out of the castle, but for how much we're gonna expand on later, it's fine. And I do like that shot a lot. There's just the urgency of it. Of oh shit, these dogs are trying to kill me. I gotta jump out this window. And I think Aaron Taylor Johnson is very believable as this guy who's trying his best, but like most people, just hits his limit. He has a line later where he's like, "I haven't slept in days, and you really feel it." Like I don't want this to be my problem anymore.
I believe it.
And he's most like Arthur Homewood from the book, who's engaged to Lucy, but here they're actually married and have kids already, which already immediately makes him kind of a different character. And then Hayden, there's I still need to watch this. There's a 70s BBC Dracula miniseries that's supposed to be one of the more faithful ones to the book, but that combines Arthur Homewood and Quincy into one character, and they name him Quincy Morris. And for some fucking reason, they cast a British guy, but make the character still a Texan. And I've heard he has this horrendous Texas accent.
That's awesome.
It's like, why don't you just make him British if he's a composite character?
They probably couldn't afford an American.
He's freaking out. Real quick, Noah, that movie was Burial, and what it was is the pitch was the group of soldiers have to get a package to someplace in World War II, and they encounter werewolf units.
The werewolf.
And you and I were like, "Oh, that's awesome! Like they're gonna fight werewolves." No, it's just a code name for troop of soldiers, and it's just
that's a real thing.
But I don't care. I wanted werewolves.
In our defense, that movie was on Shudder. I was kind of expecting some horror stuff.
That's like the worst thing we've ever done. It betrayed me.
Everybody betrayed me.
It was really funny, going on to that review before we went live.
And what do we I don't know if you remember this, but what was funny too is neither of us could remember how that got there. Because neither of us picked it. It just was there.
I certainly didn't pick it.
So John picked it.
I didn't pick it. Tyler, do you feel we are in a current vampire resurgence, or have we just had steady adaptations throughout the last few decades, but the new ones are getting more advertising?
I don't think it's just Dracula adaptations. I just think we've gotten some really good vampire movies the last few years.
Well, okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna cut it off at say 5 years. We got this. Renfield, which however you feel about that. Is there anything else?
Well, we just again, assuming we're just talking vampire films in general. Sinners.
Sinners, of course.
The new one that isn't out yet, the Dracula adaptation.
Guys, we're gonna talk over the best scene.
This is the funniest scene of the movie.
Ugh.
Don't do that.
No, sorry. Sinners, it is a vampire movie. That's like the least important thing in that movie. No, that is a great movie. just with that 5-year cutoff, there's like 2 big vampire movies that I can think of that did well at the box office and were hits.
This and Sinners are the big
ones.
ones.
I wouldn't call 2 movies a resurgence. The vampire genre is certainly back after Twilight killed it, but
yeah,
it's not a resurgence in the way that, like, you know, everybody's trying to push through vampire movies. It's just we had a couple of guys that wanted to make a vampire movie.
I love the way he says that.
Why
would you do
my
that?
good fellow. Why would you do that?
Okay, but
this.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So Tyler says, okay.
Jesus Christ.
No, I wasn't trying to interrupt.
Yeah.
Right,
no,
who's going to talk?
No, Tyler just said Voyage of the Demeter, which I thought was pretty good.
And was a bomb.
Yeah, and I'm not thinking about, like, box office. I just think we've had some good vampire movies. I liked Abigail, even though that has third act issues. Tyler also mentioned the Dracula Netflix series, which I haven't watched, but I've heard really bad things about, but I haven't seen it.
I feel like it's safe to say at this point the vampire as a monster is cool again.
Yeah, yes. I love vampire.
We've had a steady... sorry. We've had a steady flow of them, whether they're good or bad, in the last few years, in a way we weren't during the Twilight years, where, like, the Fright Night remake was the exception, and that was, like, 2011.
I will not hear this disrespect of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, okay?
Which was, like, the same year, I think.
It was 2012, yeah.
Yeah, that movie's peak.
Yeah, that movie's excellent.
We were talking about werewolves earlier. I think werewolves are currently in that slump that vampires were.
Werewolves have been in that slump since the 80s.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. So we're still waiting on them to come back, which is, you know... I like werewolves too.
I personally like werewolves more than vampires. I would love another great werewolf movie.
Vampires are my favorite of all the, like, classic monster types, so
Well, and it's cool that in Eggers' approach, like, he's looking at folklore just as much as he's looking at the book and the movie. You know, he wants everything in this, like, as authentic to the old stuff as possible, which is cool. And back to our earlier conversation, like you were saying, John, about this primarily being an adaptation of the 1922 Nosferatu movie, which is true. It's also tough and interesting how these adaptations over history are just constantly, like, feeding into each other, and at a certain point you can't say it. Like, the close-up on his eyes, like, was that in a deliberate homage to Lugosi or not? But then there's stuff how, like, in Nosferatu you have a couple iconic shots of his shadow, right? And then you have the Coppola film, which takes that to an 11 and does all this cool shadow stuff, which is similar to what we do in this, which I think Edgar said, you know, was an influence from the Coppola film. So it's like you have all these adaptations constantly feeding into each other, and then you can't keep track of, like, what starts where and who deserves credit for what.
Yeah.
And even the sunlight thing comes from Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to say on the resurgence thing is that, yes, we have had a few vampire movies, but I struggled to call it a resurgence when 50 to 75% of them are bombing at the box office and nobody wants to see them.
I think we're just arguing.
I think most people think vampires are cool, though.
Yeah. But I think people have always thought vampires were cool. It's just it went the way of the slasher. It got teenageified, and then the cinematic universe stuff happened, and just the core fan base of vampires aren't there for that stuff. This is more what I would say, you know, the old school vampire fans would want, and that other stuff kind of drove this stuff out. And then you had, like, Voyage of the Demeter, which I liked a lot, but bombed at the box office because I don't think that's what people necessarily wanted from a vampire comeback. Because that is more of a slasher movie, or like Noah said, Alien on a boat, or Aliens on a boat. Abigail, I think that movie did pretty good, but I mean, it was fine. It didn't
do great.
Oh, okay. But, so that bombed too.
But I think it's interesting that the two biggest hits of those this and Sinners are movies made with a lot of craft and talent, but are also very adult movies. Whereas you'd assume from a studio perspective that something like Renfield, which is like Nicolas Cage and is more of an action movie, you would assume that that would be the more commercially viable, like popcorn movie, and then it flops. So like I think that's interesting. That Sinners and this, which are a lot more adult and have a lot more craft put into them, are the ones that did really well.
I feel like people want better movies now than they used to. Like,
yes.
Yep.
Well, but that's
want crap. Like,
that's part of what I was saying, Robert. Is a lot of the vampire stuff, it got watered down, and trying to appeal to broader audiences. When you buckle down and just make a smaller movie aimed at our age, because our age, I think at this point is the target, should be the target audience. You're going to get successes like Nosferatu and Sinners. I liked Renfield, but the movie's biggest problem is that it does feel like it's trying to appeal to everyone, and it has a real Marvel-y tone, sense of humor.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
And then I don't know of anybody that liked that Netflix Dracula or BBC Dracula.
What do you guys think of the score of this? Because I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to it, but
it's not something I notice, but I think it kind of blends into the movie and just as a complete package.
Yeah, it completes the mood.
It's more about the ambiance. And then at the very end, during the climax, is when it really kicks in, and that stuff I think is fantastic.
Oh, that's a beautiful
everything about the ending of this movie I think is wonderful.
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched this movie enough for it to like fully stick in my head, but I can see myself, like I can see the score eventually like sticking in my head more the more I revisit this movie.
Also, funnily enough, last thing on Renfield, that movie had almost $20 more million to its budget than this, and that's insane.
Renfield?
Yeah, that had like a $68 million budget.
That money is not on screen.
No.
This was only like 48 million.
This was like 50
amazing.
million, yeah.
But speaking of Renfield, we haven't really talked about the Renfield character in this movie named Nock here, who might be my favorite version of that character. He's amazing in this.
I was gonna bring him up earlier when he was going crazy, but
I think
the
I like
actor
the 30s.
that plays him.
I think I still like the 30s one more because he's the king of freaking out.
Dwight Frye.
He's freaking out.
I do love the meme of this whole movie happens just so Defoe can steal a cat.
Yes, I love that choice. And Defoe as the Van Helsing type character also might be my favorite now.
Yes,
he's so good in this movie.
I love him.
He's no Hugh Jackman, but
Yeah, but no.
Actually, my favorite Van Helsing is the Herzog Van Helsing.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Oof. No, and I feel like people were kind of questioning that choice, Defoe in this role, but I think it works. I think it's perfect. I could be misremembering.
He's definitely up there with Peter Cushing for me because those are probably my favorites.
Correct.
And with Renfield or Nock in this case, one thing the original Nosferatu does as an adaptation that I think is just a correct choice is making the Renfield character Jonathan Harker or Thomas's boss and the one who like facilitates this whole thing. Like he's secretly in cahoots with the vampire and basically tricks him into going on this journey instead of being this completely unrelated character who's just in this asylum. Like he gets more stuff to do in this version of the narrative, and in this film in particular I think you get a really satisfying ending for him. It just all really works together. It hits all the beats you want it to.
It's interesting you said that. I never thought about this until just now, but Salem's Lot in the novel, what starts the whole thing is a businessman makes a deal with what is the vampire's name in that?
I never remember. And another vampire that just looks like Count Orlok Nosferatu.
Well, at least in the 70s version. which is getting a 4K, I guess, which is amazing.
Woo!
Now Robert just needs to buy the 2024 one for his collection, and it'll be complete.
Nope.
Nope.
But that businessman makes the deal, and that's what brings the vampire into town and causes the whole events of the book. No, you should watch that original miniseries. It's quite good.
Yeah, I've wanted to for a bit now.
And I don't know if you know,
October,
but that's Toby Hooper.
Yeah, yeah.
Barlow is the name of the vampire.
Yes.
Barlow.
Barlow.
I know a lot of people talk about the scene where he's like hovering in front of a window or something. There's something with that.
Yes.
When
Which
like first
it's not him. It's the kid. And I think the remake does it too, and it looks awful.
Yep.
I've heard people talk about that scene as like, oh,
yes,
that's a creepy, scary scene.
It is.
Untie this child at once.
I choose to believe that Robert Eggers cast Defoe in this role just to have him say Nosferatu the way he does, because it's the best line delivery in this movie.
That was that moment in the trailer had me so hyped for the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just Nosferatu, hard cut to the title.
That is just the correct choice.
Oh, look, a new cat for my collection.
Steal this cat.
Robert, at some point we got to look at the 2000, I think it's 2004 Salem's Lot miniseries.
Yeah, that one I haven't seen yet.
Because for some reason that's just the only way we could adapt that until the movie, and now I'm starting to think maybe we made the correct choice the first two times.
Yeah. We talked over it, but the cat in this is named Greta, which is an homage to the actress who played Ellen in the 1922 film, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
I think like pretty much like all the side characters who aren't in like the first Nosferatu movie most of their names are riffing on people who worked on the original.
Nice.
Which is neat because like the Van Helsing character that Defoe's playing, like he's not really in the original Nosferatu movie. Like, so there are elements of the book we are pulling into this that aren't necessarily present in the 1922 film, even though that is obviously what we're primarily adapting. But to Noah's point earlier, for me, this just like hits most of the beats and checks most of the boxes and what I want in a pretty definitive Dracula adaptation, which is part of what I love about it.
There he goes again.
Yep.
Hi, Hayden.
It's expected.
And
Tyler,
earlier we were talking about who our favorite characters are. Mine's Defoe.
Yeah, it's Defoe.
I love him.
I like Nosferatu or Orlok in this a lot. It's definitely Defoe.
Yeah, I think it's between the two of them for me, for sure. But I mean, I'll be honest, I'm gonna stick up for Lily Rose Depp the most. I think out of all of us, or maybe not more than Robert.
No, that's Robert's favorite character.
She's maybe my third favorite performance.
But sorry to keep going back to this, but that is it, because we brought it up. That is another movie that just kind of got dumped, and I don't think anybody cared with Salem's Lot.
Oh yeah,
right.
Except that got us a lot of views for some reason. I don't know if you looked at that. That hit like 5,000 views, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I remember right after you guys did that, you're like, "Oh yeah, the one of the videos you weren't in, it was one of our best videos." Like, okay.
I mean, that is a legendary video just for Robert's freak out throughout the entire movie.
I mean, I got to see some of that freak out with our your video.
Yes. I love that little necklace he has. It's probably just like a history thing, but I just think of the Evil Dead and that shitty necklace that Bruce Campbell gives to Linda.
It does look like that. Yeah.
Robert Eggers' Evil Dead would go hard.
And her physicality in this scene coming up, the way she contorts her body is incredible. Like, I don't know how she does some of this shit.
I have that with Skarsgård, and it's kind of becoming one of those, like, everybody knows this, but people still go, "Did you know?" But In the first It, when he's like folded up in the refrigerator, that's not CGI, that's really him, and I'm like, dear God.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that Bill Skarsgård is just not of this earth. He's like an alien that's just come down, and he's able to give these incredibly chameleon.
She's freaking out.
Like, holy shit!
No CGI. She just did that shit.
She just
well, see, this wasn't even in the script. They were just filming, and this started happening. No, and for the record, I said this earlier, but for the record, I don't dislike her, and I am glad that she's going to work with Eggers again, because it looks like she's going to be in Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this was an interesting angle, because obviously this movie also owes some credit to The Exorcist, because we put more of a possession spin on what's going on with her, which is present in other Dracula vampire movies, but like this is very The Exorcist.
This seems straight up The Exorcist.
Which,
and now we have a Christmas tree.
I think this is part of why I like this version the most, is I really like the kind of possession angle here. And I mean that, you know, mind control of some form has existed in like every Dracula adaptation, but I find the connection between them really interesting and horrifying in a way that just mind control isn't. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I've seen so many things with mind control. I'm just like, how good mind control. It's the Smallville thing, Robert. I'm sick of mind control. Whereas this is more of like, she can't control it, and it's not permanent. You don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, to reference something you and I have done, The Stand, where Nadine keeps having those weird dreams of Flag.
Yes.
Can't wait to see the 2020 version of that when we do that. With Amber Heard.
So I don't smoke at all, but I really want Willem Dafoe's pipe here.
Yes.
Just look at that.
And I like the very frank discussion about mental illness in this. It feels very authentic to the time period, and how the underlying sexism with a lot of the male characters feels very accurate, but it's not beating you over the head with it.
Yeah. Oh, he's back.
No.
That's just a specter.
Like, we talked over it, but when Ralph Ineson's like first looking at her and checking up, and he's like, tighten her corset. That'll probably work.
Like,
every time that scene comes up, all I can see is the first Pirates, where Keira Knightley passes out because the damn thing's too tight.
The shot looks amazing.
I want somebody to.
I'm just gonna say that about every.
I want somebody to make a super edit where you like it's the first half of this movie, and then when you get to the boat stuff, you just cut to Voyage of the Demeter, and then back to the rest of this movie.
Oh.
Well, and that's where I think if you want a more definitive adaptation of Dracula, that is just beat for beat the book, a miniseries is the way to go. The Netflix one just didn't commit to that for some reason.
It's not that at all, from my understanding.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's another conversation. I haven't seen it, but it's like you would have an episode that is just this, the Demeter story, because that movie, while I think it's pretty good, it is a little stretched out, you know. But in movies like this, it's something we usually get through very quickly. So in a mini series, just having like 1 hour, that's just the Demeter stuff, I think is like that's like the best case scenario.
Wasn't that directed by someone like a name?
Well, I'd hope it was directed by someone.
Yeah.
What, Demeter?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know that.
I know that movie was in development hell for decades. Like, that script was floating around since the 90s. It's something somebody was really trying hard to get made. But I don't remember who actually directed it.
It's, yes. So, I don't know if this will mean anything to you guys, but the guy that directed The Autopsy of Jane Doe, which is a horrifying film. And then he also drew Troll Hunter, and then Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which I thought sucked.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
His next movie is real quick. His next movie is Bendy and the Ink Machine, which is based on a game that I own, which I've heard is a horror game. Yes. So we should play that at some point before the movie comes out.
Oh my god, he's freaking out.
He is. Hayden, what are your thoughts on the movie?
Good movie.
Yay.
But I've heard good things about Troll Hunter.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. But if you guys haven't seen The Autopsy of Jane Doe, I highly recommend it. It's that's got X2 Striker.
I should check that out.
Brian Cox?
Yes. In that movie. He's great, and he's great.
This is a great fake out here when we see Ellen, like, he's coming, and you're like, oh no, Orlok's gonna show up, but no, she's actually talking about Thomas.
That's how I get off horses.
No, that horse said, screw you, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he immediately turned around. Fuck this shit.
The horse is like, no.
Thomas.
What's this then?
So, what do you guys think would be a compelling argument for this not being a Christmas movie? Because I'm just trying to understand the other side. Exactly.
The only argument, and I don't agree with this, is that Christmas isn't relevant to the plot or themes of the movie. But for me, if it takes place at Christmas, that's good enough.
It makes it a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's my thing too. Even though,
but it's the Die Hard thing, right? Like,
right.
Which is for the record is the best Christmas movie. I don't care what anyone says.
One of the best.
No, it's the best.
I'd say Die Hard is still about Christmas.
Yeah, like it's set during a Christmas party.
Yeah, but that's the biggest. That's the big one that everybody fights about.
It is, and it's one of the dumbest arguments ever. The Gremlins one drives me nuts when people are like, okay, well, I know Gizmo's a Christmas present, but you could like change it to a birthday present, then it's not a. That's like, I hate that so much because it's like the second you have to start changing the movie to make your argument, then it's a pointless argument. Like, hey guys. Did you know that the Batman, if it didn't have Batman in it, it wouldn't be a Batman? Doesn't that blow your mind? It's so stupid.
There's an old video that Cap and Eric did where Eric talks about somebody tweeted him like right after Iron Man 3 came out and asked, if Iron Man 3 wasn't an Iron Man movie and wasn't a Shane Black movie, would you still like it? He's like, what?
That's not the same movie.
Different movie.
Completely different movie.
That lives rent free in my head. Like, if this movie wasn't anything like the movie that we got, would you still like it?
Would you like this movie if it was made by a different guy and not about the same character?
Tyler, is there a Christmas scene? Yeah, there's the scene with the Christmas tree. They're having like a Christmas party.
Yeah.
This movie is set during
Silence Dog.
There's at least one Christmas song we hear in the background. It sounds like a music box or something. It has that flavor to it. I don't remember what scene it, but there's at least one Christmas song in the movie.
And I would argue it is very important this takes place around Christmas time because it gets dark quicker in the winter.
Yes. Oh, I love the winter setting, and that's something that really helps us set this apart from a lot of previous Dracula adaptations. Is most of them aren't set during winter for like the whole thing. And
that was my big excitement for 30 Days a Night, and then Hayden and I watched it. Oh. No, that is such a cool premise of just it's during that time in Alaska where the sun doesn't come up for a month and vampires invade. And then it is the most generic action movie, Danny Houston is the villain movie you've ever seen.
Oh,
that is the most checked out I've ever been in a commentary. We were talking about anything but the
That's
movie.
A good premise, though.
No, it's a great premise, and I would love to see that get remade.
I love the juxtaposition of this scene where it's like, oh my god, Ellen, like you're feeling better, your husband's back, it's a miracle, everything's great. Meanwhile, there's a plague outside.
There's a fucking plague. And this movie also doesn't delve as much into the plague as like the Werner Herzog movie does. I'm fine with that. I like it in that movie just as a point of like comparison to the other ones and like how
she just said
out,
but sorry, no, I got excited.
But it's not a big focus to me. I like that how it's done here, where it's just more in the background.
Yes.
Have I sent you guys the picture? It's Orlok from this movie, and it's like, I cannot have sex. Billions must die of plague.
Yeah.
Real quick, because he just asked about this. She just said, "For Christmas tide is upon us." So yes, this is set at Christmas time, and it is a Christmas movie. You frauds. Not you three, but
the climax is set to Jingle Bell Rock. You don't remember?
I need somebody to make that edit. Noah, can you do us all a favor and make that?
I'm on it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, can we take the footage at the end of Nicholas Hoult when he's running to save Ellen? Can somebody like just splice that footage with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jingle All the Way? Because I think it'll fit seamlessly.
Or you put Run Run Rudolph, find it.
Yes.
Noah, I need you to just make the Nosferatu Christmas music meme compilation.
I've got so much homework.
Or it's like when the music box is playing in the background and it's the song from Gremlins, the Christmas.
It's snow coming down. Oh, we're gonna get copyright claims.
Just play it over this.
He's doing the
that's awesome.
He's doing the Chris Pratt Velociraptor thing.
Except he's spreading the plague.
This is a badass shot.
No, this shot's so good.
I love it. The other thing I was going to say with the Christmas conversation is, it's just that for me, there's not a lot of like traditional Christmas movies I still want to watch every year. So it's like, at least let me have something like this that's really cool that I'm fine with watching every year.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe it's just me. I find a lot of the big Christmas movies are all either the same or get really preachy. Give me something different and interesting like this, or Anna and the Apocalypse, which I still have to watch this year.
Some of them get boring after a while. Like I loved Elf as a kid, but I don't think I ever have to watch that movie again.
I would much rather watch a musical zombie movie that just happens to take place during Christmas.
But if you want the preachiest of preachy Christmas movies, watch Black Christmas 2019.
No, never again.
Get into that. Let's not cheapen this commentary by bringing that.
Well, that's what Robert's actually watching right now. He's just
Oh, well, I was thinking about that rewatching this, where these movies are about some of the same things. It's just this movie uses metaphor and subtlety and allegory.
I just love that I was like, Robert's watching Black Christmas instead of this, and he goes, "Well, I was thinking about it."
Excellent.
It's true.
The difference is this was made by a director, and that was made by a hack.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, and there was a weird conversation about this movie where some people were like, "Oh, I think some of the characters are too sexist, or I don't like how the women are treated." It's like, yeah, that's the time period. That's a deliberate choice.
The movie is aware of that.
Yes.
Modern internet discourse has ruined historical dramas. Like there's that, Dan has mentioned this, but there's that show Bridgerton I've seen clips of, and like it's old England, but there's a bunch of non-English people there, like in royalty. I was like,
yeah, he's like, he said that like all the noblemen are like Asian.
It's like, okay, that's choice.
We got a fake out jump scare.
I like this fake out jump scare.
Robert's
there's
favorite.
No noise.
I mean, Lily Rose Depp does look like a vampire, so.
Oh,
she's scary.
She's scary. I'd be scared if I saw her in my house.
Do you think that Lily Rose Depp could play Willy Wonka if they ever remade that again?
Yes.
No.
Follow in her father's footsteps.
Just don't do that.
But anyway, one of the first scenes we get with her and Nicholas Hoult that I like is when she's talking about her nightmare and like these fucked up things she's thinking, and his response to that is just don't tell anyone about this, keep this to yourself. And like it's not framed in a oh this guy sucks kind of way. He just doesn't know any better. He thinks this is how to handle this because he's just not equipped for it. And yeah, these are people that don't go to therapy and shit. Like and it just feels authentic to the time period.
Right.
And then which is what makes Willem Dafoe's character stand out, because he's very forward thinking is probably the wrong term, but he's open to different ideas. And that's where he clashes with Aaron Taylor Johnson's character.
This is going to be a terrible...
I've seen things in this world that would have made Isaac Newton crawl back into his mother's womb. Best line of this movie.
This is a terrible scene to do it, but I will be right back.
Okay.
Oh.
That's my yearbook quote.
I've seen things that will make
Yeah, we probably talked over it, but when he's like, we're dealing with a fucking demon here, and Ralph Ineson says, he's speaking metaphorically. No, I mean a demon.
No, literally.
A monster.
No.
Oh, we got the trailer line. The vampire Nosferatu.
Here we go.
It's so
I'm
good.
a little behind, but yeah.
I'm a little behind too.
Oh.
Just a second. It's not a big deal.
Robert, go away.
Okay, I'll sleepwalk out of here.
Goodbye.
Rises out of bed like Lily Rose Depp.
He floats above the covers.
You'll float too.
It's a problem.
Do you need an exorcism, Robert? We'll do that for you.
No.
I don't think either of us are qualified.
I am.
Oh, you're a priest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not even Catholic, but yes, I'm a priest.
Like I was ordained for a Fred's funeral, for a Fred's wedding.
Funeral.
That's the same thing.
Well, that's fucked.
We should all get ordained.
We should.
And we'll call our group chat the pastor's meeting.
We'll do it for the bit.
We should all get ordained.
We should.
Oh my god, there he is.
Reverend Robert.
Yes.
The good Reverend.
He got ordained for the funeral.
My parents have a friend that got ordained for somebody's wedding, so we call him Reverend Luke.
And that basically makes them exorcists.
It's true.
I would trust Luke to do my exorcism.
Robert and Hayden will care more about this, but did you guys see that Joe Keery officiated a wedding as Steve Harrington?
Yes.
He should do my wedding.
Write him.
I'll call him.
And Hayden, what was funny is it didn't do it in just like a normal Steve outfit. He did it in the Scoops Ahoy outfit.
Was it? I assume it's somebody he knows.
Yeah, it was a friend. But there's just pictures of him officiating a wedding in the Scoops Ahoy outfit. It's peak.
David Harbour officiated a wedding recently-ish.
Oh.
Doesn't surprise me. He's such a dick in the scene. He's like, hey, your husband actually, made a deal with me for some gold. So, yeah, he sucks, and you should be with me.
What do you think?
You know what would be an interesting...
We live in castle together.
I think Eggers would make an interesting readaptation of Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, I don't know if we need that, but he'd be a good pick for it.
Well, then we'd have a movie of Rosemary's Baby that I'd feel okay watching.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Adam.
but he'd said it in the 1800s.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, if he did a Batman movie, where would that be set?
The 30s. That's what.
I mean, if Gotham by Gaslight, just give
Give
him
it.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would look incredible.
I don't know why that wasn't the first thing I thought of.
Noah, you fraud.
You should do The Doom That Came to Gotham.
Yeah.
I still need to read that. And another period piece horror film or book I think he'd be great for an adaptation of is Phantom of the Opera. He'd be such a good fit for that. And that's one that doesn't have a lot of like faithful adaptations. There's a lot of weird ones in the musical. But if you wanted to give anybody just the book and just do that as a movie, he'd be a perfect fit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I still haven't seen any Phantom of the Opera thing. Like, I still need to watch some of the movies.
Yeah, I've seen the silent one, which is probably the most faithful to the book, and the 40s one, which is very different.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
The only one of those I'm really interested in is the one with Robert Englund. Because they're selling that hard on the fact that they got Freddy Krueger.
Mom and Dad are yelling again. It's making me uncomfortable.
Robert,
Mom's
there are times in that argument where he sounds like Vecna in season 4.
Yes. They do sound similar. Yeah, and this is the closest you get to like when he's preying on Lucy in the book, but this is just weird and fucked up in a different way.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Oh, with the rats.
Yeah.
That's gross.
This movie would be improved if Ratma was in it, though.
It's true. I think you and I are the only ones who know what that is.
You two Google Ratma real quick.
Sorry, what?
Look up VHS Ratma.
Ratma?
Yeah.
Ratma.
Hail Ratma.
All hail Ratma.
Also, remember when people were mad about this movie because it made rats look bad?
I don't remember that. Robert, you pay far too much attention to the online discourse for movies.
No, I think Austin told me about it. No, I think Austin was flipping out about it, and he told me about it.
Here, I'm sending Ratma in the chat.
Yeah, Google keeps saying, "Did you mean Ratman?"
Here,
like, no.
Here's Ratma.
I do love the reversal of the scene where now she's the one flipping out and Ellen's just like completely normal and like, oh, this is fucked up. Yeah, this sucks.
I just saw Ratma.
You like him?
Oh, cool.
No, I don't.
Why?
Am I looking at that again?
Why?
Ratma, Robert.
What is this in the admin chat?
Yeah.
No, it looks like a silly guy.
He's a silly little guy.
Looks like a silly little guy to you?
Yeah, that's a silly little guy.
I think you need to meet more silly little guys.
There are some VHS segments that I really want to show you guys.
No, 94 is the best one because you get the vampire that terrorists use to explode a building, and you get Ratma.
Yeah, but there's one on the new Halloween one that might be better than both of those.
I've only seen the first VHS movie.
How many of those are there?
I've only
there's
seen
a lot.
Original.
Those are like yearly releases now. Just a bunch of different filmmakers doing.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's character could have so easily just been a one-note jerk character, but you completely understand where he's coming from. He's so broken by this point where he's like, look, now my wife's sick. But you and Todd, can you just get out of here? Like, I'm kind of sick of your shit.
Get out of here.
Holiday season's not been fun. I'm not having a good time.
I
just need you guys to go.
No, but I want the version of this where all the rats are replaced with Ratma.
Yay.
I would hate this movie just for that change.
No.
Yeah, this is maybe the worst case scenario for your Christmas season. I can't imagine it getting any worse.
No, what I appreciate about this is I can see where they're both coming from. And I think he's more in the wrong, but that more has to do with that's just how it was at that time. Like,
yeah. And he's the most skeptical, where he's just not buying the demon shit.
The demon. Everyone knows demons aren't real. You're all gonna die down here.
We all die too.
You'll float too.
Ralph Ineson's always like one step behind what Defoe's thinking, where he's like, oh, it must be Knock. Like, he's got to be the Nosferatu. He's like, no, it's not him. He's working for him.
Did you guys know that, I know John knows this, but Ralph Ineson's in Final Fantasy 16.
That's awesome.
And I find it kind of distracting to hear Ralph Ineson's voice coming out of like a 30-year-old man.
No, he had an insane video game run that year. He's in that. He's in Diablo 4. And something else.
We talked over it, but one thing that like Eggers is obsessed with from that first movie, the original Nosferatu, is that iconic shot of him in the doorway, where it's like that big arch with like the point in the middle, and that shape is all over this movie in the architecture, and that little cupboard that they opened and looked at his like satanic shit.
Yeah,
this again, couple's not having a great time.
Oh, they're not. Yeah, this looks rough.
Don't pardon us for walking home from the bar.
This is just what every night in New York is like, right?
That's right.
I've never been there.
I've never been to New York.
Adam March, we're all going to die. That is true. It is.
Have you guys ever seen that YouTube series with the celebrities eating their last meals?
Yes.
I have not watched it.
That's a pretty good interview show.
It is, but he starts every video with saying, everyone has two things in common. We all got to eat and we all got to die.
That is correct.
Macaulay Culkin was just on it.
Correct. I'll have to watch a few of those.
I discovered that on accident because Seth Rollins was on there.
No, it's a good interview show.
Yeah. One battle after another is now on Max.
No.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I need to watch that.
I might check that out.
Year.
No.
I don't know that I have interest in it, but maybe
I'll watch it right now.
I loved it.
Austin told me I would hate it specifically, but I don't know if he...
Depends, I don't know. I'm a big Paul Thomas Anderson fan, so...
No, would you say that's like a good first Thomas Anderson movie?
Yeah, it's probably his most entertaining movie. It's his most like crowd-pleasing one, I'd say. But
there's still a few movies like
There Will Be Blood.
No, not for that director, but just for this year.
Oh.
The guy that made The Monkey just like shadow dropped another movie this year, and I still got to see that.
Yeah. Oh, Osgood Perkins.
Yes, that's his name.
Anthony Perkins' son.
Yeah,
that's true. I do need to see that. Yeah, that guy out of nowhere just made like 3 or 4 movies back to back really quickly.
Yeah,
good for him.
Longlegs, the monkey, and
Keeper.
Yeah.
And then isn't there another one?
Yeah, he might have another movie scheduled for next year.
I really liked The Monkey.
The next movie I'm really excited about, I think, is the Raimi beach movie.
That movie looks awesome.
It looks insane.
The beach that makes you crazy.
Yeah, he has one more movie scheduled for next year called The Young People.
Oh.
Adam March asks, in this hypothetical Eggers Batman movie, who does Innocent play? Well, if he's adapting Gotham by Gaslight specifically, then he should just be the guy who's Jack the Ripper.
Nah, he should be correct. Just make him Gordon.
Or Alfred, like either.
Yeah.
Really, anybody?
He'd be anybody.
Batman. Catwoman.
Catwoman.
I'd watch that.
Batman. I can't even. I can't even do his voice. No one can.
I love you.
This exchange is so good when Thomas is like, look, the devil exists. I have met him. There is absolutely nothing you could say that could shock me. And her response is, I know him. And he's like, the fuck?
What?
What?
You what?
You what?
Yeah, and one critique I heard of this movie at the time was, oh, Eggers is just copying the original. He's not putting his own spin on it, which I wholeheartedly disagree with.
What?
No, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, this is where just his vision all clicks into place for me, where she says, like, he is my guilt, he is my shame, he is my melancholy. It's like, he is this horrible thing happened to me years ago, and now he's back. And he represents all of that.
What we're saying is this is the rated R adaptation of Foster's Home for Imaginary Children. If those monsters were actually monsters.
100%.
The question is, who in this movie is Cheese from that show?
I haven't seen it.
Hold on. I'm so lost. I missed something.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Hayden, pay attention.
John and I are the only ones who've seen that.
No one knows who Cheese is.
Cheese is Renfield, of course.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I like chocolate milk.
Okay.
What? Chocolate milk.
I felt really dumb when I figured out like the naming rhyme with those three. Because the kid is Mac, his main imaginary friend is Blue, and then he makes cheese. Blue mac and cheese. God damn it.
Yeah, I think that's a joke later where he's like, together we're blue cheese.
Mac and cheese
she's
with
awesome
blue cheese sounds disgusting, by the way.
It does. I love that in scenes like this, if you just strip away all the supernatural stuff, it's really just a couple arguing about a husband that spent too long away at work.
Yeah.
So that's the gist of it.
She's freaking out.
The face that she makes here.
She's freaking out.
I don't like the spit. It's gross.
The face that she makes here, when I saw this in the theater, I was like, holy shit.
That's not natural.
And it made me very uncomfortable, but, you know.
I don't like that.
I think it's a great
I used to be able to do that.
Hayden was once possessed by Nosferatu.
I can't do it anymore, but I used to be able to.
Oh, no.
This is like one of the big scenes when some people didn't like it. We're like, oh, this got too gross. It got too uncomfortable. Yeah, so yeah, that's what he's going for.
That's the point.
Modern film criticism gets dumber with every year, I swear to God.
I don't like how the shot is framed.
And
that look on his face was like Lex Luthor.
Yes. Well, it's like the way she challenges him in that moment. That's like the worst thing she could say to him, where he's like, you know, you could never please me as he could, bitch.
He's like, oh, yeah. And this is all just disturbing.
Yeah, like this is a very sexual movie. It is not a sexy movie.
No. No, like this is disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
And
some people found it gratuitous, and again, I didn't. I don't think it goes too far. with this stuff.
I mean, I do find that there is a section, especially on the internet now, that are just such prudes.
Oh yeah. There's kind of a phenomenon that I've noticed lately. People my age are being really prudish now, and I don't know
It's
why.
weird.
Yes.
It's real weird. Sorry, Noah, what were you trying to say?
When she says, "Kiss my heart,"
Yep.
Because I didn't pick up on that the first time. That's where Count Orlok bites you.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Apparently, this doesn't have anything to do with anything. I just noticed. Apparently, the Crisis on Infinite Earths animated trilogy is leaving Max. Why?
Oh.
You own those.
It'll be on Netflix at some point.
Oh
God, I need to stop paying for Max. I just keep forgetting.
I canceled mine. I think it it stops today. So goodbye, Max. I had that since launch.
See, but Max I use the most.
Same.
Also, it's really funny if you go on Max right now, the Peacemaker icon completely spoils the big cameo in that season.
It does, yeah. I saw that. Like,
oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, what are we doing here? I love the almost blue or black and white, however you want to look at it, tone of the shot.
Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. This movie's gorgeous.
Oh my God, no!
This, I love. Yeah, say that during this scene specifically.
Oh no!
I don't
Bad
like that.
timing. I'm a little bit behind.
God damn it, Noah!
It's really funny earlier when the kids were like, "Mommy, there's a monster," and they're like, "Ah, shut up! No, there's not." And
No.
Just like how they treat Helen.
Yep.
Or Ellen.
Helen.
Whatever.
Well.
No, and this funeral scene just looks beautiful.
No, I have a lot of streaming services I need to cancel, and I'm just lazy.
Just don't do it.
These coffins are huge.
Yes. Well, he's rich,
Why?
so he can afford giant coffins.
But
I
why?
mean, but the ones for the kids are smaller.
Oh.
That's depressing. When you see a small coffin, that's the most upsetting thing.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm tall, so they're gonna have to make my coffin like huge. They'll have to like.
What they'll do is they'll just cut.
You in there.
They'll just cut you in half, and you'll get two coffins. One for the upper half, one for the bottom half.
They'll just cut my feet off.
Adam Marsh says the visuals of Eggers just can't be beaten. I mean, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's an interesting case because he's only made 4 movies, but like, he's such a.
They're all different looking.
Yeah. And the Witch is like one of the best directorial debuts ever.
There was another movie that came out around the same time as that, and I remember because I got them confused by the trailers.
That sounds familiar.
But I can't remember what it was.
This is probably one of the most Batman Returns looking scenes.
I was going to mention that.
But I think The Witch is probably still my favorite Eggers movie.
I think for me it's The Lighthouse.
It's The Lighthouse. And
I don't know.
This is my second favorite.
I don't know if that's just because that movie's like so dumb that it becomes awesome.
I love it. It's one of my favorite horror comedies.
It has like the best Defoe's lines in that are immaculate.
Yes. Teddy says this is the only vampire flick I can see myself do the can to. What?
I'll take your word for it,
buddy.
Do the can too? Why?
I don't know what that means.
It's a dance. But
Adam Arch, having just rewatched The Witch last night, I have to say that they're different movies, but you can see the Eggers stamp on both. Absolutely.
Yeah. And he has a very locked down style. He likes very controlled environments. We were talking about his framing earlier, and he likes historical accuracy. He likes long takes, and that's a style that not everybody jives with. Some people find his movies boring and kind of plain looking, and I just can't relate to that because I think this just looks beautiful.
Yeah. Well, what I like about him is he has the atmosphere and like the imagery down like a Tim Burton, but his scripts have something of substance to them usually. Or if it's like The Lighthouse, which I'm not saying The Lighthouse is substanceless, but I still can't crack what that movie's about. But it's entertaining because of the performances and.
It's by far his most like fever dream abstract movie.
That's what I love.
That is one of the best like visual representations, just losing your fucking mind that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that
movie it's an experience.
I like the take that it's about two closeted gay men that just can't.
Yeah, I mean they're stuck in a giant phallus.
That is a take. The only thing is, the end is clearly Greek mythology, and I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah. Speaking of mythology, this speech here is wonderful. It's really sad too when Defoe tells her like, "Oh, in another life, you could have been this great priestess," but like implying like you were just born in the wrong time.
Yeah, it really adds to the tragedy.
Something that is interesting about this Van Helsing, because I can never remember the rip-off name, but he's kind of an asshole. Like, Van Helsing, if I remember correctly, at least in the adaptations I've seen, wants to help them. And in here he's like, yeah, we'll let her die as long as he kills the thing.
I don't know. He just knows that it's what she has to do. It doesn't take away from her agency, which I think is why it works. It's more just they come to an agreement, and he has his part to play and she has her part to play.
Okay, but I mean, he's still an asshole that lies to Nicholas Hoult. Like, that's all I was saying.
You can think he's an asshole. That's fine.
I'm pretty sure sacrificing a young woman's life is an asshole move.
But it's just all about how it's framed, and she knows that this is the only way to really defeat him, and he has learned that.
He knows she knows that.
Yeah. It's not a scene where he goes, "Hey, girl, you gotta do this."
You gotta be the big...
Teddy, we talked about this earlier, Teddy, but he says, what is it with the sudden weird vampire comeback? I'm not complaining, but it seems they were gone for so long that I don't know where they're like, we back horror, goofy, all of it. And then he says, I think The Lighthouse is about a big old lighthouse. That is correct.
That's true. Got that.
Have you guys ever seen the pictures of Pattinson and Defoe, like in their lighthouse costumes, but not with the black and white filter?
In color.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Weird.
Pattinson looks like Mario.
He does.
I've seen.
Are you gonna Google it?
Yeah, I have to.
I think it's an edit, but there's one of Pattinson in the like raincoat that he has with the hat, and it's like colored to look like Paddington.
Yes, that one's great. So Noah, I think the best scene in the Herzog Nosferatu is that great feast, that gathering with the people during the plague, where they're like, let's just spend one more day of happiness and just let ourselves die and be consumed by this thing. And it's really horrific and disturbing.
It's insane. Yeah.
This is kind of this movie's twist on that, and it's disturbing in a different way. With Aaron Taylor Johnson, where we do see that he is already sick, like he's probably gonna die, but he's just like, I'm gonna spend one more night with my wife, and it's real fucked up and weird.
Fucked up.
Yeah,
it's fucked up and weird, but you know.
That's one fucked up
picture. This is the picture I got. I think the Mario thing might be a Photoshop.
Don't say that.
Don't ruin this for me.
No, he just looks more like Luigi here.
Yeah,
it's fine.
No, so then it must have been Photoshop, but there is a Photoshop where he looks like Mario.
Yeah, it's awesome. I saw that too, but
I like the Paddington one too.
Yeah.
No, but Robert Pattinson should play Mario.
He should.
He should do his lighthouse voice.
Of course.
I want a goddamn Koopa Troopa.
Adam Arch, hey girl, you gotta do this, Robert 2025. That's correct. Teddy, are you guys excited for Eggers werewolf film? I'm excited for the potential. With all things, I have to wait for a trailer just because I don't know anything about it.
I've seen well, okay, I didn't see the first two, but since Northman, I've seen every Eggers movie in theater, just two, but I plan to keep doing that. So
I've seen half of his movies in the theater, and I plan to continue doing that.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, yeah, I mean, I've seen them all since Lighthouse because I saw that in the theaters.
I did not.
This scene is an interesting riff on the Lucy scene from the book where they're in the crypt, but there's no vampire here. It's just very sad, and everyone here is like, oh well, this is a fucked up thing that happened. And with Nicholas Hoult especially, he's a character who just loses everything in this movie, and he says, I can't bear anymore. Like, I'm having a bad day.
I'm having a bad week.
He's a sadman.
And
you heard of the Northman? This is the sequel, the Sadman.
The Sadman. There should be a sequel to this, Nosferatu. It'll happen.
Oh, I'm still waiting.
Or Dosferatu, whichever one.
No. I like Nosferatu.
But Dosferatu is the Spanish version.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, like I think this is one of the strongest adaptations of Dracula. It just knows how to give everybody something to do.
That is correct.
One of the reasons why Eggers wanted to do this specifically, not just Dracula, it's one of the scenes that really resonated him from the original Nosferatu is Ellen's sacrifice and her defeating the vampire and dying at the end, and that's consistent throughout each.
I think him doing Nosferatu specifically is the correct choice, because it does open you up a little bit where it's more remaking a movie and kind of doing your own take on that story, which is an adaptation but changed for copyright purposes.
One of my favorite parts of Dracula is like the dudes hunting vampires. Like I love the group, and these three might be my favorite version of that. I love these three together.
Well, and having them kill Knock or the Renfield character is such a great choice because in previous Nosferatus, he escapes the asylum and then just disappears from the movie, and it's real weird. Here, it's really clever how we give him an actual ending.
We get some closure.
So, like, this scene is kind of like Dracula's death from the book. We just give it to a different character, but we have Thomas give the initial fatal blow, and then Willem Dafoe's character is like, "Shut up!" and just like into him, and it's so good.
He's amazing in this. I know we've already said that, but I can't overstate.
This is the scene where he goes the most over the top, and it's wonderful. Where he's like, "We're doing it, man! It's gonna be great."
Like, I think the shot coming up here was one of the first images we saw of Dafoe in this.
Yes.
Him just freaking out in front of the fire.
You cannot outrun her destiny.
And when he was casted, it was something like, yeah, Dafoe is going to play a crazy vampire hunter. And I'm like, yes, I'm all for that.
I think he is in real life.
I loved that.
Yeah, he does that.
God is
his side hustle.
God is above our morals. Great line.
Yeah.
By the way, we went this whole time without pointing out your Funko Pop back there, Robert.
Yes, well, this is the OG Nosferatu. Funko Pop. There's actually a new one coming out from this movie where he's got the big hat. It looks awesome. It was supposed to come out this month, but it got delayed till February. Thanks, Amazon.
I almost bought the NECA Nosferatu, but I didn't.
I was tempted, but if they did this Nosferatu as a NECA figure, I'm totally buying that. I want it.
Because I change all the posters on Letterboxd. I just posted in the admin chat, but the poster I'm using is like remaking the poster from the original, but for this movie, and it kind of looks like it's the original Nosferatu. It's cool.
Yeah, that does not look like Orlok.
I think that's a fan poster.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
No, the original poster's better.
No.
It is. It's way better. I love the poster for this movie.
There's some good ones.
Yeah, there's good posters. I like the way that one looks.
The main one is the hand, like.
Yeah, the Blu-ray cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's fine, but I think there are better posters. My favorite one is just the shot from the opening of this movie when it's Ellen on one side, like hovering, and his shadow in the curtain. It's probably my favorite shot in the movie.
The moral of the story, kids, is don't make deals when you're a child with an imaginary voice.
Yes.
Just don't talk to yourself, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because that yourself could end up being a
what?
Count that.
The Count from Sesame Street.
Yay!
You should make that.
1 rat, 2 rat,
10,000 rat.
Yeah. Ugh.
No.
Clip your nails.
Dude, you look gross.
He's got to smell real bad.
Oh, yeah. But she's into that.
Oh?
Clearly. You got some issues, Lily Rose Depp.
Oh.
No, this is one of the big scenes I'm talking about where it's like, this is the same thing that happens in the original movie. It's just the more excessive graphic version of that scene, and that's all throughout this. And again, it reminded me of Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Yeah.
And that fan approach and just expanding on and just going bigger.
I love the duality of my Letterboxd recent activity. The last movie I logged for this was the 2019 Black Christmas, which got a 0.5 star, and then it just jumps to this, which gets a 4.5.
Hell yeah!
I forget that she like sticks her finger in like his back, and I hate it.
And this choice, I think, is inspired for the story, the ruse that they add to the plan. Again, it just gives everybody something to do. It amps up the tragedy. Mm-hmm. I love this whole sequence when we see Thomas running, trying to save her. Just the tragedy, the payoff, and everything. It's all beautifully executed. And this is where the music really amps up, and it's wonderful.
I will say, this is the best viewing I've had of this movie. I've always liked this movie, but I think I might like this better than The Witch now. It's hard to say. And I love The Witch, but
Nosferatu supremacy.
Yay.
Well, and they're just different things. Like for me, The Witch is a more disturbing movie, but this is also just a story I know really well that I've seen a million times.
Well yes, movies tend to be different things, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I forgot to set my alarm.
Did he not like flop to the left and just hide from the sun for a while?
He's got little legs. It's hard. Gotcha, bitch.
I forgot about his hair.
He looks pissed.
Oh no, it's like it's one of the worst comb overs you've ever seen. It's like, dude, that's not helping.
Just a few strands.
Yeah, this is a great choice. Again, all throughout the movie, you're just getting little glimpses at him. He's hiding a lot of himself. He's presenting himself as this very powerful, horrific creature, and then at the very end, you see all of him, and he's just pathetic and old and weak.
Yeah,
like you finally see him for what he truly is, just this creepy old weirdo.
That's horrifying.
So gross.
Yeah, and this shot's great. I love how Thomas, like, he's not looking at Orlok, he's just looking at her, and they really sell the sadness of this moment. Because in most versions of Dracula, you get some kind of happy ending for the main couple, but in this version of the story, you don't get that.
Nope.
He loses everything.
Correct.
Like Defoe and Innocent, they're gonna go have drinks later. They'll be fine.
You want to go down to the pub? That was some crazy shit.
I love the pub. Let me put. Pub. I gotta put the cat away first, and then I will.
Might know.
Still me cat.
Yeah, the closest.
Sorry, bro.
Happiness you get to the end of this is she gets a bit more agency in how she goes out. Like,
yeah,
she's not just like the damsel in this version.
Mm-hmm.
But like ultimately, it's still a very tragic final.
Yeah.
Note.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like tragedy. Yeah.
Nosferatu.
This shot's great with his face in the mirror in the sunlight. He picks up the cat, like mine now.
This belongs to me. I will name him Mittens.
Mittens.
Ew.
Adam Arch, we've never stopped to think how bad every Eggers movie must smell. Especially in like this movie with a plague.
Yeah. It would be funny if the ending went on just a little longer. I just want like the maid or someone to walk in and go, "What the fuck?"
My Amazon wants to autoplay Dracula Untold. I'm good.
Do it.
Oh.
Teddy,
Robert,
movies.
It's the end of Homecoming where she's like, "What the fuck?" And it cuts off.
What the fuck?
And then the music kicks in. Yeah. Last thing I'll say on Funko Pops, I also recently got this Gary Oldman Dracula from the Coppola movie, and it looks awesome. Oh. I love the red armor.
I have a Lugosi Dracula, but it's all the way over there, and I'm not gonna grab it.
Oh, cool.
But...
Yeah, I have one of those too.
Teddy,
Go ahead.
Just real quick. Movies tend to be different things, Robert. The raw anger and malice in that tone is scarier than the movie. What?
I know.
What?
So much anger and malice.
He's mad.
He's mad.
Trust me, you would know if I was mad.
No, I know. I've seen you mad.
Yeah, stop pissing me off.
It's pissing me off.
Like I said last year, this was one of my most anticipated movies, and for me, this is the perfect example of a film that just gave me exactly what I wanted, and I was very satisfied. Like, it's just once we heard Robert Eggers' Nosferatu.
It's crazy how satisfying it can be when that happens.
Yeah, and for some people who it's just your perspective is a big factor, because for some people it's like, oh my god, I've seen Dracula a million times, I don't care about another one. Or like whatever. It's just I like the story, and I thought it was very well told. Again, not a lot of surprises here. It's very faithful to the original, but I thought he put enough of his own spin on it, and
no, it's good.
Just those couple little story changes and additions he added, I thought were fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Good movie.
Yeah, and as far as the Nosferatu movies specifically go, this one is my favorite. I was very happy with it.
Real quick, we'll come back to this. But if you're watching after the fact, we appreciate it. Please consider hitting that like and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. We're going to hang out for a second. Robert and I were talking about playing a game. Hayden, I'd love if you stuck around and played something with us, but are you going to...
what are you playing?
We haven't decided yet.
Because I don't have Game Pass or anything right now.
Oh.
Get it.
Oh.
My suggestion was Dead by Daylight, but you don't have to do that.
I can hang out, but I probably won't play it because I don't want to buy it.
Hey, Dan.
Well, I'd have to...
Stern Father's back.
I'd have to get Game Pass and download it, and I'm like, no.
God damn it, Bobby.
And I gotta get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting out of here.
Okay.
I'll hang out for a little bit. I probably won't go to bed until midnight or so, but I'll just hang out.
So I mean, I'm cool with Dead by Daylight. We're just gonna figure this out on stream. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But real quick before we do that, Sunday we are doing the most random double feature of all time.
Yes.
We are doing 7 to hit that anniversary before the year's over, and Terrifier 3, the second best Christmas movie. Noah's like, no.
No.
I mean, I like Terrifier 3, but...
No, it's
the best of the Terrifiers.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
I think so. I mean, my favorite Christmas slasher is the original Black Christmas, but Terrifier 3 is probably my second favorite Christmas slasher.
My favorite just Christmas slasher is Silent Night, Deadly Night.
It's a good
Black
one.
Christmas.
Well, Noah famously hates Silent Night, Deadly Night. So.
Well, I don't know why Noah was
Bad
shaking
movie.
his head when I said that. It was a little weird.
Yeah, because Silent Night, Deadly Night is bad.
Do you actually hate that movie, or is that a bit?
No, because we reviewed it, and he was like, it's not that deep, guys.
It's not. It's not that deep. It's
Chill out,
smart,
guy.
It's a smart movie for a slasher, I guess, but
That might be the most condescending thing you've ever said.
This is where I show my genre elitism.
Yeah.
You do have some genre elitism.
You do.
Only like, go ahead.
Whatever we do play tonight, like I'm probably not gonna be around for that long.
Okay, so
like it'll be quick.
No. What do you have installed?
I mean, I could pull up Dead by Daylight right now, or Evil Dead if you'd rather do that.
Hey, do you want to play some Evil Dead?
I don't have it.
Thought you did.
No, when I had PlayStation Plus, I had it.
But you'd have to get PS Plus to play it anyway.
No, I know, but
He doesn't want to play anything with us, is what he's saying.
I don't want to buy PlayStation Plus.
Hey, Dan. You're going to have to if you want to play RE6.
No.
That won't be for a while, though.
Alright, let's see.
I have a suggestion for what you guys could play.
What?
No.
Amogus.
No.
No.
We don't have enough people.
I considered that, but yeah, we don't have enough people.
Well, I mean, I guess it's Days Gone. God damn it.
No.
Dead by Daylight is the only thing Robert will say. That's what we'll play.
Hold on. Let me.
I mean, that or Evil Dead.
If. Give me a second. Let me
I'm
see.
fine with
Okay,
either.
hang on. We're waiting for Hayden.
Oh boy.
If
Robert's gonna freak out.
I'm gonna stay to make sure you guys make this decision because I am invested right now.
Adam Arch says he did the strangest double feature of The Princess Bride and 7 last week.
That's a good feature.
Teddy,
Yeah.
it's a Terrifier Christmas. And he says the best scene in Terrifier 3 is when Art the Clown starts debating the ethics of the death penalty scene.
that does happen. That's correct.
And sorry, Robert, I don't know why, but I slipped my mind that you said Evil Dead. That might actually be what I want to play.
So I do have a question about that. I don't have it installed. If I get PlayStation Plus, am I able to download it again?
You just got it from.
You can.
You just got it from the monthly games.
Yeah.
Is it in your library?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay.
You just can't buy it anymore. So we're gonna take a 5-10 minute break, and we'll be back with Evil Dead. Thanks for watching, everybody.